you're scrolling and you see these kids with 6 months of experience that are 14 years old and can bench 3 times their body weight. Now, I'm not saying they're all on steroid, but there's a pretty big chance if you see one benching 3 times his body weight at 14, is maybe on steroids. My physique, which is really good for someone that's natural, has taken me 4 years and I can't even bench 2 plates. Yet you're gonna say I didn't bulk, and that's still the case because I have to keep my athleticism, and I'm also not very into weightlifting. I'm more of a calisthenics guy, which means I do crazy stuff but less crazy stuff when I lift weights. And even though it might sound crazy, it's not normal for you to think that benching 200 at 14 years old is normal. This is crazy how much social media has given you fake standards that you can't even achieve after 10 years of working out. And I'm talking from experience myself because I've been there. I've tried to hit a lot more weights, I've tried to bulk, I've tried to cut, I've tried everything I possibly could to lift more weights, but the thing is that there's always gonna be limits if you're not on steroids. So at this point I'm just keeping my physique. I'm not even putting a lot of muscle on. I'm getting a bit more of strength, but even if I bulk, once again I'll stay at the same weight because that's maybe my max muscle mass I'll ever have, and that's good. I'm happy with my physique. I'll show you something. Yep, I'll be talking about this. To begin, we have a 14-year-old that says he benched 300. Is he 14? I don't know, but he seems like a football guy if he was 14. And let's talk about steroids. He's maybe using them, from my experience, he's mostly using them or something like creatine that's boosting his productivity levels like 300%. So he might not be 14, judging from his face. If he's 14, he's really on steroids. He could have matured a bit sooner, but I think that's mostly it. Next off, we have this guy who claims to be 14 and benching 300 pounds. He may be 14, but the thing is that he's mostly on steroids. This one doesn't look like a powerlifter. We can see he has a lot of muscle, but the thing is that he's very young, which means he has to have a lot of experience to be that strong. Oh no, for a fact, but most of them are on steroids if I can judge from these past 2 guys. So now, what should you expect after 6 months going into the gym? Well, first off, everything depends off of what you eat, what's your body weight, what do you work out for, how many calories you burn, how many calories you eat. Everything depends. If you're bulking, I think you should put a lot more muscle mass after 6 months. Not like these kids, of course, but maybe improve like by times 1.3, and that's really good. But then when you're gonna cut, it's gonna go a bit down. 1.3 times is really good for 6 months, not gonna lie. If you're just starting out, it might be a bit higher, but that's what I think is gonna happen if you work out for 6 months straight. Why am I making this video, you might ask? Well, most of it is related to those comments, and well, I don't care about what you think about me, I just want you to stay on the right track. And that one comment has really made me want to do this video to show you the real standards you should have when lifting. Because you know, you might have seen some Solex, Jay Cutler, every one of these big influencers showing them lifting weights and really making a lot of success in a small amount of time. But the thing is that they're not natty, so you shouldn't even think about reaching their physiques because their cardio is really ass and they can't even walk straight. To be honest, you should focus more on physiques like Jesse James West, Chris Area, Brody Shred. Some of them are less jacked, but the thing is that they have good athleticism as well as a good shape, and they're strong. So that's really good, and their physique is good as well. So I think you should focus more on that. I don't have anything to add. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.